through his fault, and he shall answer to them in the soul world for what he hath done in this. Verse 6. Wherein the manufacture of copper or iron or other things require more than 2,000 people, there shall be another city with 5 breadth of the first city between them. The governor of the second city shall be like unto the governor of the first. But in no case shall there be more than 4 cities near about in the same country. Verse 7. Ye shall neither hire nor be hired, neither amongst yourselves nor with the king's people, nor shall ye have servants nor masters, for all shall be alike servants to the Creator, or Maz only. Verse 8. Sinwah inquired, was it not taught in the Zarathustran age to respect the caste of men according to the number of their servants, and whether according to the descent of men? They were born of parents who had risen above servitude for many generations. Verse 9. God said, the old law was for the olden time. It was a good law to improve the breed of men for special trade and learning, and that law hath fulfilled its purpose. The physician hath found great cures, and knows all the parts of the flesh and the blood. The miner knows the different kinds of stone, and the metals in them, and how to extract them. The farmer knoweth the ground and the yield thereof, and what will best bring forth. The spinner and the weaver have found the best of fibers for paper and for cloth. And so hath it come to pass in all departments, by the Zarathustran law of caste, have they perfected these things sufficient unto the requirement of men. Verse 10. For which reason ye shall teach all things unto all, and they shall work with their own hands at all industry, remembering that the highest, best, most perfect man is he that can do all things. Verse 11. John Lee inquired, since a man dieth in a few years at most, why shall he strive to learn things that pertain to the earth? Verse 12. God said, all learning is a gymnasium to the spirit. Knowledge is the strength of the soul. Verse 13. Ye shall teach all things unto your sons and daughters, perfecting them in the talents created withal. First to useful labor, second to learning, third to music and arts, and sculpture and painting, fourth to mining, and fifth to perfectness. Verse 14. Ye shall interspread labor and learning with recreation, not only in rites and ceremonies, but in harmless games, as in dancing, racing, and playing, old and young. Verse 15. Cultivating joyous hearts, for these are outspoken words of glory to the Great Spirit. Verse 16. Every governor and priest and rabbi shall provide for a successor. After the light of the council of the all-highest light shall they be chosen. Now the overthrow of the Han dynasty. God's first book, chapter 7, verse 1 through 10, it states, High-seeing became converted to the doctrine of Po as taught by God, who was called Tian in those days in that country. Verse 2. Ah-Sing and High-seeing and Sigal entered into compact to throw off the dominion of Han, and so notified him. Han thereupon declared war against them, and he pursued them cruelly, laying waste a great country. Verse 3. Po and his followers were thus driven toward the south, and on their way they gathered up the faithest of the tribes of Hia. Verse 4. Now it came to pass that Han's success in war was so great that he concentrated not his armies, but caused them to scatter in different ways. And behold, he went so far that the barbarians fell upon his army and destroyed them, and Han himself perished by the blow of a barbarian woman. Verse 5. In the 4th year of the inspiration of Po, he returned and possessed the countries of Phia, Hingada, and Silov, and he reinstated Ah-Sing and High-seeing as governor. Verse 6. High-seeing called the council of 13 kingdoms of Japheth, and after 70 days' deliberation, High-seeing was made ruler over Japheth, receiving the title King of the Sun. Verse 7. And he established the doctrine of Po by law, changing the name of all light to Tian, signifying God. And he stopped all persecutions against the faithists, and he prohibited idol worship. Verse 8. And Po traveled east, west, north, and south, teaching and displaying miraculous things, and God was with him at all times and places. Verse 9. Gathering together the chosen, explaining and practicing the commandments of God, Tian. Verse 10. And man ceased to worship all idols and gods and saviors, worshiping the Creator only. And with that, I'd like to say peace and blessings and catch you on the next documentary called the story of Iwata of North America, or North Gautama. Shalom.